Hello everyone! In this video, you'll learn how to do more with the GitHub through a tool called GitHub CLI. In addition, you'll also learn what is new with the latest GitHub CLI 2.0. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching and let's get started. Let's start with the question. What is a GitHub CLI or GitHub command line interface? You probably use Git CLI, which is really an essential tool where you can manage everything about Git. You can check out files, add a new file, commit files, and push to the source control management of your choice, like GitHub. However, when it comes to GitHub operations, you may need to create a pull request, create new issues, review existing issues, create a new repository, list repositories, etc. And this operation have to be done by visiting GitHub through web browser, and some mouse click operation are required. Well, having a nice graphical user interface is really nice, but what if you're a command line type of person who likes to do everything without hands leaving your keyboard? Or what if you want to automate some GitHub resource maintenance stuffs by writing some bash script? This is where GitHub CLI comes in. With the GitHub CLI, you cannot do that without leaving your keyboard. Now, you learned what GitHub CLI is. Let's check out what you will see in this video. We'll first learn how to start with the GitHub CLI. Then, you'll learn how to log in to your GitHub account through the GitHub CLI. After that, using our sample repository, we'll create a GitHub few issues and a pull request directly through GitHub CLI. Lastly, but not least, we'll get to learn about GitHub CLI 2.0, which is the version that introduces concept extension where you can extend the functionality of GitHub CLI even further. Without further ado, let's get started with the GitHub CLI. We'll visit cli.github.com, which is the official website of GitHub CLI. From the homepage, you can discover some cool commands you can use right away. Oh, make sure to install GitHub CLI by following the instruction on this page. For Mac, it should be just simple as typing brew install gh through your terminal window. Now, let's check out all the commands we can use for GitHub CLI. This is a GitHub CLI documentation, where you can find all the commands you need for GitHub CLI. You will refer to this page a lot when you start using GitHub CLI. After you have done with the installation, let's try to log in to GitHub with the GitHub CLI. The command we'll use is gh auth login command. We'll need a few selections, so select what you want to do. Then you'll be asked how do you want to authenticate. If you select to authenticate through web browser, you will be given with the one-time code. So let's copy that and click enter key to open a browser. Type in your code, and voila, we are authenticated. We can do a number of different things with the GitHub CLI, but one of the easiest but essential thing is to create an issue. So let's start with that first. To start, you need to clone a GitHub repository and cd into the directory. Here's mine, as you can see. There's just one readme.md file. Let's go back to our GitHub CLI documentation, where you can find issues create command and other related issues commands. Take a look to learn how to create a new issue. Back at our terminal window, let's type gh issue list, which will show all the current GitHub issues in this repository. For now, there's one sample one I created. Now, let's create a new issue. We'll type gh issue create. This will prompt us title and body. So let's provide those. But I will skip body this time by clicking enter. Next, I will provide it with different options such as submit, continue, add metadata, and cancel. For now, I can select submit to create a new issue. Let's try to create another issue, but with slightly different way. I can also provide title inline like this, which will then let us get to type title twice. You can apply similar concept for body as well. And there's a way to add a label, etc. Let's try to enter some text into body by selecting a keyboard E instead of the previous enter button. This will bring up a nano editor where I can type text and then save. Once you are done, let's select submit to complete. Try to do this a number of times so you can get more comfortable with the issues command. If you're ready, let's move on to our next section, which will be to create a new pull request. In this section, you will learn how to create a new pull request with GitHub CLI. Returning back to our GitHub CLI documentation, you can find PR command for pull request. We'll click PR, click create command. In here, you can read through what the usage is like. In our terminal, we can type PR list command to see what pull requests are there. Currently, we don't have any pull request. Before we make a pull request, though, we need to work under a different branch than the main branch. If you type git branch -a, where A stands for all, including remote branches and local branches, we can see that we are currently in main branch. So we need to change that. We'll type git checkout -b, new branch name, and space our main branch. In this example, this will create a new branch named create-new-file. Let's type git branch -a to verify that we are in a new branch. Again, A stands for all, including all the branches in your local workspace and all the branches in remote. Next, we need to create some changes under our new branch. We'll do that by creating a new file. In this example, I will call this contribution.md file, but it can be any change, including a change to an existing file. The idea is we just want to introduce some delta into our current state. I'll type touch contribution.md to create a new blank file. Then I'll add some text content there with my favorite editor, which is a Vim. After I create that file, I can type git status to see there's a change. I'll add a file with the git add dot, which is to add all the files. And then I can commit with git commit with some message. Lastly, I push the change to our new branch with git push to new branch. We're done with pushing our change. Let's try to create a new pull request with the gh-pr create command. Interface is pretty similar to our previous issue create command. I can type title and body if needed. Then I will select Submit to create a new PR. Finally, let's verify that our changes are now reflected in our GitHub repository. While we can use GitHub CLI for this as well, we would like to validate this through our web browser. After all, it is nice to visualize sometimes. Here is our GitHub repository. As you can see our created issues through GitHub CLI. And I can click pull request tabs to check our new pull request created through GitHub CLI. Pretty cool, right? That was just the tip of an iceberg what you can do with the GitHub CLI. Be sure to explore other commands and try on your own. But let's circle back to talk about GitHub CLI 2.0, which is the latest version of GitHub CLI at the creation of this video. Here is an official GitHub blog that talks about GitHub CLI 2.0 release. The main addition to GitHub CLI 2.0 is extensions capability, and this blog shows a number of extensions that you can play with. Basically, you can extend the capability of GitHub CLI as much as you want by building your extension or leveraging other cool extensions that others have built. Do you want to use GitHub CLI as a mechanism for code testing? Or what about adding some fun as Git art or splash screen? You can do any of those. In this demo, we'll play with screensaver extension, which shows the cool screensaver on your computer through gh command. Going back to your GitHub CLI homepage, if you click Release Note on top right, you can see more detailed information on what this update is about. We can also go back to our GitHub CLI documentation again and find out how to use extensions command. Feel free to read through GitHub CLI documentation and get familiar with it. Now, we learned what GitHub CLI 2.0 update is about. Let's try it out. In your terminal window, you can type gh extension to see its usage. Let's try screensaver extension we saw earlier. We can type gh extension install vilmbm/gh-screensaver, and it will clone from that extension's GitHub repository to install the plugin. Once it is done installing, we can type gh extension list to verify that it is installed. We can now type gh screensaver to see a cool screensaver. Wow, awesome! As you can see, GitHub CLI really offers the cool way to interact with GitHub without leaving your keyboard. And with the GitHub CLI 2.0, your GitHub CLI becomes even more powerful by leveraging the extensions the community can build, and you can get involved as well. Be sure to try it out as you'll make your GitHub and Git journey much better and happier. Happy coding! That's it. I hope you like watching this video and be sure to like it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more interesting update and content on covering technologies like cloud, DevOps, coding, programming, etc. Thanks for watching again and hope to see you next time. Bye bye.